Hello, everyone. This is Liam McMahon. It's Wednesday, April 17th. This is your daily moving average video. It is 9:07 p.m. here on the East Coast, so Eastern Daylight Time, about 4 hours after the close of New York after hours trading. We had an interesting day today. U.S. equities sold off rather steeply after a strong rally yesterday and a strong sell-off before that. We're back to the downside. Comments from the ECB sent the euro lower. The pound was hit by an unexpected tick up in the unemployment rate, and the CAD stayed relatively steady through the Bank of Canada release, though nothing in that rate statement from the Bank of Canada did anything to discourage my bearish CAD bias, especially against the US dollar. So that means I'm bullish dollar CAD. Lots of good stuff to look at today. A lot of requests for charts, so we're going to jump right through it. Please take a moment to pause the recording, read the risk disclaimer, which is now on your screen, and then we will get started. Okay, so we are going to start with Euro Pound. So Euro Pound, again, like all Euro crosses, sold off fairly heavily today. It rallied on that unexpected tick up in UK unemployment, touched a high of around 86.35. We're down nearly 100 points from there as the ECB comments, dovish comments from Weidman, took the euro lower across the board. We are trading right at support here. We have this 200 period EMA on the 4-hour chart and this 50 period EMA here on the 4-hour chart. We do have a bullish crossover 50 over 100, and we're fighting to get that 50 over the 200 that would sort of help validate this recent rally. We do need to hold this area, however. We have this previous trend line resistance, turn support, and we have significant moving average support as well. If we do manage to push here below 85.24, it does open up another good stretch of downside to these previous lows around 84.10. Euro yen, all the yen pairs look fairly the same. Euro yen traded the most precisely. However, we have this significant rally here starting basically the 3rd of this month, rallied all the way up to 131.10 or so. We fell back to test this 50% fib almost perfectly. Dove, what's this, about 500 pips maybe, very quickly. Yeah, over 600 pips very quickly, and then reversed almost as quickly from that 50% fib, which traded almost to the pip, just a little bit below. We are up from there. Let's see. We reached rallied about 480 pips, then promptly fell another 200. So yen pair is very busy. What I would expect and prefer is a period of chop here in this general range, sort of form out a daily flag and then break higher for another run higher. That seems the most tradable scenario that we have on the yen pairs. Pound yen, very similar. You can see the rally was a little bit less significant, capped well by this 50-day EMA, 50-period EMA on the 4-hour chart, as well as capped on the downside by this 100 EMA. You can see we haven't put a close in below there. We tested it and bounced. I do like watching pairs trade between these two moving averages and then taking a break in either direction. Bias on yen pairs has to be to the upside. Just based on this significant rally that we saw, a pullback made perfect sense. Some consolidation would make perfect sense before another move higher. So I prefer longs to shorts on all yen pairs, and I'm keeping an eye here on pound yen as we trade between this 100 period and 50 period EMA here on the 4-hour chart. Euro Aussie still looks fairly constructive despite the euro sell-off that we saw today. We have a very clear strong move up, nice solid retracement, stronger move up. The rally gets longer. Ideally here the pullback is a little bit shorter and the rally higher is a little bit higher or a little bit longer. As long as that pattern continues, I like the pair to the upside. We did breach this 50 before we pulled back. That sort of weakens this downtrend to me. If we had pulled back directly from the 50, I'd be looking for a stronger move lower. The fact that we cleared it and the fact that we're cleared it on after a stronger rally. It makes me still look higher. I would like to see a little bit of a pullback. Here you can see, so we rallied, we traded just below that 50 before bouncing, and then on this rally, I would look for basically the same thing, 125.52. We have some nice 50 and 200 period EMAs that come in and support this area as well. There's the 50, there's the 200, right around that 50% fib at 125.52. I wouldn't mind seeing a pullback to that area, try to get long there for one last surge higher, targeting 127.50 and then above. So that's what I see on Euro Aussie. Euro Kiwi, a little bit less clear to me. Not as clean of a move higher. I mean, we're still holding this moving average support very well, 50, 100 here on the 4-hour chart. You can, as long as we sort of sustain above that area, we could be making for a move higher. Alternatively, we could be putting in 2/3 of a head and shoulders. We complete a right shoulder, break down below 154.10, and head back down to these previous lows around 150.80 or so. So two possible scenarios forming on Euro Kiwi. I would prefer a full head and shoulders to appear on Euro Kiwi, and then I would trade the breakdown. And if I'm looking for long Euro high beta, Euro Aussie is my pair. So that is definitely a nice combo trade that you can keep an eye on. Pound dollar, a little bit of a head and shoulders action going on potentially here on pound dollar. On click, we have the left shoulder, we have a head, we have a right shoulder, and we do, in fact, have a neckline break. So we're trading below the neckline. We broke this moving average support. We're below the 50, 100, and 200 period EMAs here on the 4-hour chart. Measured move for this head and shoulders pattern takes us right down here into this weekly pivot support at 150, 153. Basically just under 100 pips lower, about 80 pips lower from market. And from there, we could see a further decline in the pound. From a fundamental perspective, I am a little bit more bullish the pound than the technical standpoint seems to be giving me. But I'm not going to let that worry me. I like this clean setup, and we'll keep an eye on it and see if we can get this move down to 150, 153 or so. I already looked at Euro Yen, looked at Pound Yen, Pound Dollar. The last one I want to look at is Dollar CAD. So this was basically set up on Dollar CAD. Nice 4-hour break of this channel. We've continued higher since then. We're starting to sort of chop around a little bit. Unsurprising, you can see this big spike up to 102.94 or so. That was on the initial Bank of Canada release. The bank didn't change anything, really nothing dramatic out of that. So that's not going to be a catalyst for higher. I do still like this breakout, though. I do think that from a daily perspective, this was a retracement consolidation from this significant rally from 98 up to 103. I expect to clear 103.40 and to head up towards 104 and even maybe 105 sooner rather than later, probably by the end of April or beginning of May. I'll be looking for Dollar CAD to be up there. So that's what I'm keeping in my eye on so far this week. I hope you found that useful. As always, if you have any questions, head on over to globalfxclub.com. Come see us in the chat room, and we'll be happy to answer any questions that you have there. Good luck trading the rest of the week. Have a happy and safe Thursday and Friday, and I will talk to you guys soon.